Right, today we've got some actual tournament footage. So footage of me hitting a golf ball with like the ball flights and stuff. Also got to do a Q&A, which I put out the questions yesterday. And I also want to talk to you about a new partner with the channel, which is going to be really good for the channel this year. So let's get into that now, and the rest is coming. So this year I've partnered up with Encore. Now Encore sell used or recycled golf balls. So basically golf balls that have been found, whether that is in a hedge, in a bush, in the lake, and then sold out at a very reasonable price. Now, I went into the pro shop the other day at, in fact, I probably shouldn't mention where it was, and just wanted to buy a sleeve of 3. And I think it cost me like 14 quid, which is a bit scary thinking sort of like every time you go out, if you want to use top quality balls, you got to spend that sort of money. So this is where I think Encore come into their own. So I've got some of the balls here to show you. They've sent me a massive load to start with. So Srixon Softfields 83s, Callaways, Titleists. They've got a huge range on their website, right? And they've also got the best bit, for me especially, is Pro Vs that have been found. Now these Pro Vs literally look like they've been hit once or twice. There's pretty much not a mark on any of them. And the price that you can pick these up for is it just doesn't make sense at the moment to go and pay 14 quid for 3 balls when you could buy balls that have been hit like once or twice, and you can get them for like a fraction of the cost. So they also do practice balls as well. So if you just want a random load for your old shag bag, because you watch this channel, you get 10% off. So I've already put this out on Instagram, but you can use James10. Links in the description. It's funny because I actually filmed a vlog this week, which was the standard vlog where you like pick up the camera, you take it to practice, try and film some stuff while you're actually trying to put in the work, put it together, and I was just like, this is just utter shite. Because what I found is I was going to try and like doing daily vlogs where you actually pick up the camera and you're documenting what you're doing. If you're doing that and trying to practice properly, it just doesn't really work. At that point it becomes more like you're just going there to make it look like you're putting in work, which is definitely one of the things that Flower said before when he was trying to do it. He would almost be like going to practice to show that he was practicing, but he wasn't actually putting in that much work when he was there. I'd rather just do this roundup and then smash out the course vlogs, which I know you're gonna like as well. Anyway, tournament footage, which is probably why you watch this, because there's some ball flights for you to jizz over. So this week's tournament was a Devon Alliance, which is like a pro-am, but pros have their own thing running alongside as well. Played at Saunton West, which is in pretty good condition considering the time of year and the fact that it started off like minus degrees in the morning. Now this is a slightly frustrating day for me. After playing well at Bude last week, shooting 1 over in the cold, finishing like 6th. Actually started off really solid, par, birdie. And then hit a shot right on the par 3 4th, chipped it to 20 foot, like pretty much dunched the chip, shock, and then rolled it in from 20 foot, then knocked it up near the green on the next par 4 to short, 3 putted from the fringe, and then on the next hole, and this is literally something that is driving me mental at the moment, but I think I've actually found something that's gonna revolutionize, that's quite a strong word, my game this year. It's a prime example of what has happened last year and what's happened this year. So I shorted the par 4 6th, actually had to chip it over a bunker. The lies that you're getting on the links course at the moment, wet, tight, and that's only good for one thing really. I'm thinking, right, just don't bottom out before it and knock it in the bunker. That actually was my mindset, because I know how bad I am or was at managing the low point. I don't know if you read Bob Rotella, you'd probably put it all down to that, but it is technique. So I'm thinking, right, I'll play it slightly further back, try and get my weight forward, and just try and make sure I get that leading edge striking the golf ball, so I'm not bottoming out, because you can't really use the bounce when it's like wet and soft, because the bounce just doesn't bounce off like sponge. So it's a shot, and it just about rolled into the bunker after being hit by the divot, essentially. So probably struck about 3 inches behind the ball, knocked it in there, made double. And on the par 5 on the back 9, this is before the actual shots that I'm gonna show you. So knocked it right off the par 5 green after just making a bogey on a par 5, because I knocked the first one right and we lost it, like not far off the fairway. So again, I've got the shot, the wet, tight lie. So 30 yards over the bunker, thinking, right, I'll really try and get my sternum forward this time, but keep the handle back, use some bounce. 3 inches behind the ball, duff, 4 yards. And then we've got a few shots to show you from here. So this is a par 4, fairly short one, 380, just knocking it down there, wedge on, 2 putts. And then we've got a par 4, long par 4 around the corner. So my natural shot shape has always been a draw from a young age. I definitely tried to fight it by playing a cut. I can never actually hit consistent cuts. So I'd always end up just like either pulling it or pull drawing it, or if I got a cut, if I thought I got a cut, it'd probably draw like a yard. Hit a draw around the corner, knocked it, greenside bunker, chipped out, rolled up a bank, rolled back down off the green, 3-putt double. And then I'm going to show you a couple shots while I talk over the rest of the round. So finished 29 points. So really not a good round of golf at all. But the positives are my ball striking, although you wouldn't know it from that result, was actually in a really good place, and it's been moving in a really good direction. So that's good. And the short game stuff that I've had a breakthrough with, like a proper breakthrough that you get excited about, that is, I might talk about that in the video soon, but before I go on about it, I want to actually test it out properly in practice and then in competition as well, because you never worked anything into your game, or you don't know you've worked into your game until it works under pressure, and that is the most important thing. That's why it's important just continually trying to like play competitive golf and try to not get yourself out of it too much. Actually, I haven't had a look at this morning. There's usually a few sensible questions, and then quite a lot of people asking what Ryan does for a job, or his job description is. Right, most of these, the ones I'm going to pick are the ones that are going to be relevant to the year, because I don't want to like do a half-an-hour Q&A. No one cares that much. Right, let's get the Steve question out of the way first about his shoes. John Barber, is Steve sponsored by FootJoy? Did he actually use his actual hard-earned money to buy those shoes? Dancing shoes. Yeah, he's sponsored by FootJoy. Titleist FootJoy. I think they're sick shoes, to be fair. Especially if you want to slap her, you know, after the round. Oi, you slag. Obviously, I'm joking. I don't condone being a pimp. All right, let's get another Steve one done, because he has actually really helped me recently. So Tom H, had a few in-person lessons now and stumbled across online lessons like on Skillist. Do you reckon you can get much out of them? Cheers. Now, I did online lessons last year and actually found that they went really well, and the people that I was coaching online actually made some really good changes. So yes, and if you want to get an online lessons with Steve, link in the description. Right, Thomas Oliver, and I'll answer this because it's got like 8 likes. What is your main source of income? How do you manage to play golf for a living? So there's like a few sources with YouTube. He's on the source, and if you get sort of like in the region of like 500,000 views a month, you can earn like north of like 2 to 3 grand a month. It's obviously like a bit like this depending on what I can film, but my money is like okay from that. And then I've got some sponsors, so Cobra Puma, I've got Encore now, and I've also got a few others in the background, little sponsors that add up to, you know, like a healthy wage, to be fair, without like going into it. David Keenan, what are your goals for 2022 and what tournaments are you most eager to play? Goals just to continue to improve, and there's always been the goal, and to document it on here. Tournaments, I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to be speaking to a few people this week, and then by the end of the conversation I'll have a really good idea of the schedule for the year. And obviously I'll be playing West Region PGA events, but they're going to be like Pro-Ams and a few Order of Merits, but the main tour that I'm going to be playing on, it's going to be spoke about soon. This is obviously one related to the journey, as it was. Alex Kravchenko, which PGA pros do you think would beat you in a fist fight? Who looks like they can handle themselves on the PGA Tour? Dustin Johnson looks like he probably can, because he's a big, wiry, 6'4", like extremely long arms. And then the other one is John Rahm, looks quite solid as well, because he's got a massive fat ass, and that's the power source. Use the ground. Eugene, what happened with the tournaments in SA, or you heading back over there? Yeah, so it was a bit of a tips up really with what happened in South Africa. My main season in the UK is probably going to start about April, so I've got this time period now where I need to make a decision what I'm doing. I might play a tournament in Turkey, but I also might go back to South Africa if it's not too much of an issue, like getting there and all the shit that you got to do to get there. If it's not too much of an issue, I might go and play some mini tour events, or I might go to another country. I need to decide soon. Lots about what is Matt's job role. Again, incriminating. Maybe. When is Flower going to post again on YouTube? He's actually answered it, said soon. We're definitely due a channel trailer for Flower, I think. 2022. and then just not upload. So that's the end of the video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you're still here. If you are, congratulations. You've done well. Right, I'm off out to practice. Got to do some work. Got this new thing in my short game which I want to test out. Actual course vlogs coming this week, filming with the map on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, trying to figure out a venue so I can go play with a lad in Birmingham, James Claridge in the Midlands, and bring Rich Woods along as well, just to be very chirpy. So yeah, more of this coming soon. Sort of like an update. We're showing you different things of the week. If you think this works, let me know what you think, and then I can get on the golf course and we can film some stuff, because I bring my cameraman and it won't get in the way of my golf, which is like the most important bit. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.